My dear students of BSc second semester, today I would like to start the online classes for you. So, as per the present situation and the pandemic condition, we people have to follow certain rules and regulations suggested by the Department of Education as well as KLE Society. So, we are forced to take online classes and complete the portion and as far as possible convince the subject to you. So it is our department effort to make you people to understand the subject, and if you have any doubts, any queries regarding my portion or some other portion, you ask the concerned teacher without any hesitation on phone call. And I request all of you again that after going through this episode, you have to give your attendance as a roll number and your name in the comment box of YouTube. So this is a compulsory, because if your attendance is less, you are now allowed to practically if attendance is 100%. If less, then necessary action will be taken against you people. So keeping this in mind, so let me start. The topic for your syllabus is aldehyde ketones, carboxylic acid, esters, ethers, etc. So all these taken for me, granted for your semester. Now as per your syllabus concern, what they have mentioned is aldehyde ketones of aliphatic and aromatic nature, with example pertaining to these. For example, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, benzaldehyde, acetone or acetophenone, etc. Now in this syllabus, the syllabus describes like this: nomenclature of the aldehyde ketones, structure and bonding in aldehyde ketones, preparation of aldehyde ketones from acidic chlorides and from nitriles. Then we are connected with certain reactions of aldehyde ketones pertaining to HCN alcohol, sodium bisulfite, and amino group derivatives, iodoform test, etc. Apart from this, mechanism of nucleophilic addition reactions like aldol condensation, Kennesaw reaction, Wittig reaction, benzoin condensation, etc. So, in my discussion, let me see the structure I have given here. Just I want to increase it. So, this is a carbonyl group. So, what is a carbonyl group? Carbon containing oxygen, that is a sigma and pi bond, and the rest of the two valencies are sigma. And these two valencies of carbon are either satisfied by hydrogen, or one hydrogen and one alkyl group, or two alkyl groups. So the carbonyl group is a basic or fundamental group present in aldehydes and ketones. So let us see at the bottom, an aldehyde containing C double bond O, H and R, that is RCHO, is an aldehyde. RC double bond OR is a ketone. So where two alkyl groups or two aryl groups attached to the carbonyl group are considered to be ketones. So in general, if you see the definition, aldehydes and ketones are organic compounds which incorporate a carbonyl functional group. The carbon atom of this functional group has two remaining bonds that may be occupied by hydrogen or alkyl or aryl substituents. Therefore, RCHO is an aldehyde, RCOR is a ketone. So this is a simple way of understanding the structure and the molecule of aldehydes and ketones. Now, keeping in this mind, now let us consider, so what exactly the structure of carbonyl is. The carbonyl atom in this compound is sp2 hybridized and forms 3 sigma bond, already I have explained. The fourth valency is pi bond, which is occupied with the oxygen and overlap with the p orbital of an oxygen atom to form a pi bond. So in general, you can see this is a characterized group. C double bond OCC is a characterized group of aldehydes or ketones, in generally a carbonyl group. Now when you see the same structure, I will explain with this simple formula or structure. I can see carbon with two R and R dash, okay, and is having a hybridization between carbon and oxygen, and unhybridized pi orbitals, that is p orbitals present on carbon and oxygen overlap to form a pi bond. So in case of C double bond O, there is a 1 sigma bond, this at center, which is a green in color, and blue in color is a pi bond, and yellow in color are a lone pair of electron present on the oxygen. They are very active. So that is why the carbonyl compound structure, if you look at each carbon is in aldehydes or ketone is sp2 hybridized, having carbon to oxygen double bond, 1 sigma and pi bond, and oxygen is having a lone pair of electron. So these lone pair of electrons are responsible for the greater activity of this compound. Since oxygen is more electronegative than the carbon, so generally whenever we write the carbonyl structure, the oxygen will possess the negative charge. Okay, so if you look this, in addition, the oxygen atom also has two non-bonding electrons, that is a lone pair of electron, and the carbonyl carbon and the 3 atoms attached to the innate lie in the same plane, and the pi electron cloud is above and below the C double bond O functional group. Okay, now this let us see in the next slide that the bond angle are approximately 120 degree as expected, and if you look the structure, the pi carbon pi sigma bond, and the molecule is planar, and above and below this the pi bond. The carbon-oxygen double bond is polarized due to the high electronegativity of oxygen relative to carbon. Hence, the carbonyl carbon is electrophilic, that is a Lewis acid, and carbonyl oxygen is a nucleophilic, Lewis base. So in generally, please remember the carbonyl carbon containing carbon to oxygen single sigma and pi bond possess a lone pair of electron on oxygen is electrophilic in nature. Therefore, these lone pair of electrons are donated at the time of a certain chemical reaction, and that is why aldehyde and ketones behave a peculiar type of compound in their chemical property that will be explained during the chemical properties or reactions of this compound. Now let us move on to the another important slide. Aldehydes UPAC are generally named in different fashion, like a derivative of carboxylic acid or some common name. But according to the UPAC system, aldehydes are named as alkanals. That is, the E of the alkane group is removed and added with Al. So, whenever there is a CHO group, you have to remember the long chain hydrocarbon is taken as a alkane and E of the alkane is replaced by Al, and the overall, according to the UPAC system, the aldehyde is named as alkanal. For example, you can see CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means methane, ethane, propane, butane. 4 carbon atoms are there, it is a butane. But at first carbon atom there is a CHO. So it is a butane. E is replaced by Al. So it is a butanol. Similarly, in the second molecule, 2-methyl propanol. So 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. At the second carbon atom there is a CH3 group, and at the first carbon atom there is a CHO group. Therefore, this compound is named as 2-methyl propanol. Okay. Similarly, the CH2O, that is HCHO, is containing only one carbon, methane, it is called a methanol. Similarly, CH3CHO, it is a ethanol. Okay. So likewise, the aliphatic aldehydes are named. But according to the aromatic aldehydes, there is a benzene ring in the aldehydic group containing compound. So benzene containing CHO group is an aldehydic group. So here benzaldehyde containing C6H5CHO is a parent hydrocarbon, and the rest of the compound is named after counting the number of functional group attached to the benzene ring with specific number, and then the word benzaldehyde is added at the end. So let us see. The simplest is a benzaldehyde. Here we have 1, 2, 3. At 3 position there is a chlorine group. 4 and 5. 5th position there is a methyl group. So it is a 3-chloro 5-methyl benzaldehyde. So the basic structure is C6H5CHO, that is carbon benzene ring containing CHO, that is already there. So like this, one can name the aldehydes in this fashion. Now when you go for ketones, so for ketones, let us see how they are to be represented. RCOR. For example, if you put R and R is equal to CH3, CH3 C double bond O CH3 is the simplest compound, acetone. It is the simplest compound, acetone. Okay. So this acetone is having 2 CH3 groups attached to it. If one is CH3, another is C2H5, that is called as mixed ketone. Okay, so the compound is called as a mixed ketone, methyl ethyl ketone. Sometimes the benzene ring may be there, so C6H5 C double bond O CH3, that is CH3 is a methyl group, C6H5 is a phenyl methyl ketone, or simply it is called as acetophenone. So like this, almost all ketones are named, and some of them I have treated in the following example. So you can see methyl ethyl ketone, diethyl ketone, methyl N-propyl ketone. So the central compound contains C2H5 and C2H5. It is both containing simple ketone. One is CH3 and another is C2H5, ethyl methyl ketone. It is called a mixed ketone, where the different alkyl groups are there. So I have quoted that if RCO is attached to the C6H5, so it's called generally as a phenone. Okay, so here the corresponding carboxylic acid IC is replaced and phenone is added. For example, benzaldehyde. Benzoic acid. The benzoic acid IC is replaced by phenone. So benzophenone. So if the two benzene ring are there, it is called dibenzophenone. If CH3CO C6H5 is there, it is called acetophenone. So here the C6H5CO group is called as a phenone group, and whether it contains two benzene ring or alkyl group benzene ring, depending upon that, one has to name them. So the naming of this compound is very simple. Now let us move on to the next slide, where the different ketones are to be named in different fashion. Already I have given all these things. So 2-propanone at second position, there is a carbonyl group. 3-propanone, that is the third position, and 2-pentanone. So here the idea is you have to count how many numbers of carbon present in a chain. So in the first compound, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means it is a butane. Butane, A is replaced by ONE, butanone, like alkane to alkanone. Okay, and the 2 is indicating the position of the carbonyl group in the carbon chain. 3-pentanone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a pentane, means 5 carbon atoms. So all these 5 carbon atoms having the functional group CO, that too, and the third carbon, therefore it's called 3-pentanone. Then similarly another pentanone is there where the carbonyl group is in the second carbon atom. So all is the way in which one can represent naming of this compound, right? Now you can have benzaldehyde and 1-phenyl methane. So if you see the structural difference, CH3 C6H5CO, it is a ketone. So already I have quoted that C6H5 is a phenyl group and CH3 is methane group. So phenyl methyl ketone, you may write, or else CH3 C double bond O is a ketone with C6H5. So ethane, ethanone. So 1-phenyl ethanone or 1-phenyl 1-methyl ketone. Okay, likewise one can represent their names. Okay, now you can see some other compounds. For example, cyclohexanone. The compound is cyclohexanone. So here a cyclic compound containing benzene-like structure, but there is no alternate single and double bond, therefore cyclohexanone. Similarly, cyclohexylene methanol, so where there is an aldehyde group, the same compound containing aldehyde group, so it's also called as cyclohexane carbonaldehyde. The next one is cyclohexane ethanol. Okay, so these are the certain examples pertaining to ketones. So 2 phenyl groups, it is called as a diphenyl ketone, or in general it is called as benzophenone. Okay, benzene with phenone group, or diphenyl ketone, or also you can refer as 1,1-diphenyl methanone. Okay, so this is the way in which the naming can be done. Now let us move on to the other part, where the preparation of aldehydes as well as ketone is dealt. As far as your syllabus is concerned, what they have mentioned is preparation of aldehydes from acid chloride. So acid chloride is following the formula RCOCl. Okay, when RCOCl is subjected for reduction, the Cl is replaced or removed and H is added, RCH and O, aldehyde, acid chloride will be converted into aldehyde. Okay. For example, this reduction can be done by several ways. The most commonly, aldehyde can be prepared by hydrogenation of acid chloride in presence of palladium supported over barium sulfate. Okay, so RCOCl when subjected for radiation with barium sulfate with the palladium, it will get converted into Cl will be replaced as HCl and your aldehyde will be prepared. Similarly, we are having reduction by a specific example, acetyl chloride CH3COCl. When subjected for the reduction, you will get acetaldehyde. Now, the another way in which one can think of synthesis of the aldehydes is by nitriles. That is, the cyano groups which are attached to the either benzene or to the alkyl group are called as nitriles. So when the nitriles are treated with Grignard reagent, they get converted into aldehyde. How? Let us see. The Grignard reagent attacks to the nitrile to give magnesium salt of it, that is imine. Then the imine on hydrolysis will get ketone. So you can see this example here. CH3CH2 C triple bond N, that is a cyano compound. CN group is attached to the propane, that is a propanocyanide. Okay, when it is treated with RMGX or methyl magnesium chloride, then you know the property of RMGX, that is the methyl magnesium or ethyl magnesium chloride or bromide. Magnesium is plus 2, Cl is negative, and CH3 is also ultimately negative. So the central magnesium ion is plus charge, Cl is minus charge. Ultimately, the CH3 group is also negative charge. So when it is attached to your C triple bond N, so what is the resultant? The resultant is CH3 CH2, okay, C double bond, triple bond will become double bond, and MgCl attached to the nitrogen, and the CH3 group is, the methyl group is attached to the carbon. So imino bond, C double bond N is a imino bond is formed between carbon and nitrogen. So this on subsequent hydrolysis, the MgCl will be removed as MgClOH and H get attached. So imino compound form. This on subsequent hydrolysis, the NH group is removed as NH2, and finally you will get CH3 CH2 C double bond O CH3. The ketone is formed and aldehyde is formed. Or here in this case is a formation of a ketone. So like this, preparation of your ketones by using acid chlorides is by Friedel-Crafts reaction. When aromatic hydrocarbon is treated with RCOCl, RCOCl is acid chloride in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. All the reactants must be 100% dry, otherwise the Friedel-Crafts reaction is not possible. Okay, so preparation of ketone by acid chloride using the Friedel-Crafts reaction, it involves benzene and RCOCl acid chloride in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride gives alkyl aryl ketone. The best example already you have learnt in your PUC also. Benzene when treated with acetyl chloride, acetylation takes place and there is a formation of acetophenone. A 95% product of acetophenone can be done by this method. Okay, so similarly one can think of preparation of ketone by alcohols by oxidation method. So you take the alcohol and subject it for oxidation using chromic oxide or chromic acid or sodium thiosulfate or potassium permanganate or potassium thiosulfate or PCC polymer, whereby RCHOHR will be get converted into RC double bond O R. That is, the alcohol will get converted into ketone. The simplest example I have given. Don't worry about this example. Now we will move on to certain chemical properties. So for understand most of the chemical properties, already I have given some idea regarding how the reactions of a carbonyl group are very important for us, because the carbonyl group C double bond O group containing oxygen with a negative charge and carbon with a positive charge, where the lone pair of electron present on the oxygen gets shifted and make the oxygen to be minus charge and carbon to be plus charge. Therefore, the next entering nucleophile undergoes addition, and whereby you will get carbon with negative charge and nucleophile attached to the carbon atom, and which on subsequent addition of hydrogen gives a stable additional product. Okay, so see in the general reaction I have shown, C double bond O contains carbon with positive delta, oxygen with negative delta. So nucleophile already you know it is a negatively charged, so that nucleophile must go to the carbon, and oxygen will have minus charge, and it will come in contact with the H plus proton to give the additional product of a nucleophilic substituted alcohol. Okay, so such a peculiar reaction is considered as a nucleophilic. It's a nucleophilic addition reaction. So here nucleophile NuH, a weak nucleophile, when treated with a base gives Nu minus and BH. Okay, so during the mechanism all these terms plays an important role. Okay, keeping all this in mind, now let us move on to the certain chemical properties related to aldehyde ketones as suggested by your syllabus. Now let us see in the first simple slide. Yes, addition and elimination reaction. Now here, when the nucleophilic reagent is treated RCOR or RCOH, the nucleophile with hydrogen, that's a reagent, H of the nucleophile add to the oxygen to make OH and NaH. So this is the nucleophilic substituted product obtained, and this nucleophilic substituted product eliminates water molecule, that is OH of the carbon functional group and H of the nucleophile will be eliminated, and you will get a imine compounds, imine type compound, immunocompounds, particularly in nitrile case. I will explain later on. So the idea is very clear. OH group H and NuH will be eliminated as a water, and there is a formation of carbon to nucleophilic double molecule. Now, addition of water molecule to the aldehydes. So keeping the above reaction in mind, when you take the water molecule, water will be split like H plus and OH minus. Okay, H plus and OH minus. The H plus attached to the oxygen and OH minus attaches to the positively carbon, forming a hydrate. So here the example I have given is CH3COCH3 acetone, or even take an aldehyde. Treated with water molecule, there is a formation of 1,2,2 diols. You can see 2 OH groups attached either to the aldehydic base or to the ketonic base. Now similarly, when you look into addition of HCN, hydrogen cyanide, HCN consisting of cyano group negative, H is a positive. When you treat with RC double bond OH, RCOH, H of the CN attaches and cyano group to this. So the product obtained is called as a cyanohydrine. RCHOHHCN. The cyanohydrine obtained is generally unstable. It reacts with a molecule of water and converts it into carboxylic acid. So this I will discuss later on in the next part. Well, reaction with the hydroxylamine. So what is hydroxylamine? NH2OH. NH2 amino group having OH group is called as a hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine when treated with either aldehyde or ketone, so there is a elimination of water molecule C double bond O and H2 and NOH group attaches to your C double bond O and the resulting product is called as oxime. So with cyano group and with NH2OH group, the formation of the products are different. In case of cyano compounds, cyanohydrines are formed. In case of water molecule, there is a diols are formed. In case of hydroxylamine, the formation is an oxime. Oxime is nothing but CH3CH double bond NOH. Okay, so these are the properties pertaining to this aldehydes. Now, ketones. In the similar way, ketone also undergo a typical reaction. So what is a typical reaction? The cyanohydration or a cyanohydrine formation with aldehydes and ketones remains almost same. That is C double bond O opens oxygen and O will attach to the H as OH and cyano group cyanohydrine. For example, when you treat propane with HCN, there is a formation of 2-hydroxy-2-methyl propane nitrile. Okay, so this is a typical reaction similar to as that of your aldehyde. Similarly, ketone also undergo a reaction with HCN to form cyanohydrines. So let us see here. In this case, RCOR when treated with HCN, there is a formation of ROH RCN, a cyanohydrine. This cyanohydrine on consequent hydrolysis, the cyano group C triple bond N will get converted into COH. Okay, so for example, if you take propane 2-one, it's a 2-propanone, and treat with HCN and subject it for continuous hydrolysis, you will get CH3COH COH CH2OH, a phenol containing carboxylic group. Okay, that is hydroxy carboxylic acids are formed. Similarly, we have a reaction with hydrazine. Both aldehydes and ketones can undergo a reaction with hydrazines. So I have taken here only ketone. If you take aldehyde, the similar products are possible. RC double bond OR when treated with hydrazine. What is a hydrazine? Hydrazine is nothing but H2N NH2. So when treated with ketonic group, the ketonic group O will be replaced as a water and you will get a bond C double bond N NH2. That is hydrazone derivative of corresponding aldehyde or ketone. You can take either aldehyde or ketone. This reaction is a common. So hydrazine NH2 NH2 group replaces the oxygen and there is a formation of hydrazone. What is a hydrazone? N NH2 group is a hydrogen group of corresponding aldehyde or ketone. For example, when you take a propanone and treat with hydrazine, there is a formation of propanium hydrazone. If you take acetaldehyde, the corresponding hydrogen of the acetaldehyde is formed. Similarly, when you look into reaction with the phenylhydrazine, the difference between hydrazine and phenylhydrazine is just replacement of one of the H by C6H5 functional group, that is NH2NH benzene ring. NH2, and that N is attached to the another NH, and the other valence is attached by C6H5. So phenylhydrazine is compound NH2NH C6H5. When it is treated with either aldehyde or ketone, you can take any one, aldehyde or ketone. So similar immunotype compounds are formed, and they are called as phenylhydrazone of corresponding aldehyde or ketone. So there is one specific example you can look at. Similarly, you allow reaction of aldehyde and ketone with hydroxylamine. What is hydroxylamine? NH2OH is a hydroxyl functional group. Now when you treat this aldehyde or ketone with the hydroxylamine, there is a formation of again carbon to double bond N functional group immunocompound, that is an oxime, that is RC double bond NOHR. It is an oxime are formed. So specific example I have given. So oximes containing NOH group attached to the ketonic functional group. Okay. Now, as for your syllabus, they have mentioned one specific example, that is iodoform reaction for aldehydes and ketones. So aldehydes are not explaining this particular test. That is, iodoform test is only possible to ketones, that to methyl ketones. So when a ketone containing alkyl group, methyl group, is allowed to react with iodine, iodine is 3I2, in alkaline medium, it undergoes to form a salt of carboxylic acid and CHI3, that is called iodoform, that is a methyl triiodo compound, and 3HI. Now here you are supposed to know something about how this reaction occurs. When a ketone containing methyl group is warmed with a solution of iodoform reagent, it results into the formation of a yellow precipitate of triiodomethane. So this is a special test for ketones, and here the iodoform can be prepared by a simple way. That is, the iodoform reagent is prepared by dissolving iodine in alkaline solution, either NaOH or KOH solution. And this test is generally useful for methyl ketone present in ketones. So for all ketones, we have to use this as an important material. So these are the certain important reactions that I wanted to start today with you people to understand whatever the aldehyde ketone you have learned in your previous PUC first and second, I think particularly second year, you might have heard about all these reactions. It is almost repetition of the similar reaction, whatever you have learned. But one thing is, you have to practice all these reactions regularly at home and be familiar with all these reactions. In the next episode, I will come out with some other mechanisms of aldehydes and ketones separately. So meanwhile, you stay at home, wear the mask, keep the distance, wear the mask, and keep your family away from corona as far as possible. Washing with sanitizing agent is very important. So all of you keep your health in a good condition so that the next generation or the next world will be happy. Otherwise, it is a very dangerous situation at the present age. So with these words, I would like to complete my first session for BSc second semester. So here I again repeat, I used to take the unit containing aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, ethers and epoxide. And the another unit in the organic section will be taken by Kamble sir, Atul Kamble. So he will going to take spectroscopy, aryl and aromatic and aliphatic amines. So these are the topics allotted in that topic and this topic. So my topic is very interesting, very easy to understand, very easy to digest. Only thing is you must have touch with the subject and keep interest in learning. Because of the corona, watching the TV or watching mobile with some other activity will not help you. So please, all my young friends, I request be attentive to all classes and give your attendance in the comment box of our YouTube, stating your roll number and name to me. Thank you one and all.